Yo, what's good? Mr. Peniston in the building, y'all. Off of work. So let's get into it. Today we're going to discuss comparing the V6 Chargers versus the RTs, right? So for my V6ers out there, you guys who like to mod and try to add a little bit of performance, what's one of our main goals, right? Everybody wants to be as fast or faster than an RT, right? That's the next trim up on the scale for us, and so we have a goal, have something to work towards. Either we're trying to be faster in time or horsepower, etc. So you guys know we don't have that many options to mod our cars with bolt-ons. I got a few. You guys know my build so far, but what's more important, I think, to measure performance is time. I always pick time over horsepower. It's because with horsepower, you have to go to a dyno, and there's so many variables on how the dynos work and how they're calibrated, and they're so subjective. All kinds of things happen. It's just a base marker so you can see where your car's at and a form of measurement. But for me, time is more important than horsepower. Ding, 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 ding. That's my key thing. I would pick time over horsepower. So when you guys are modding your V6, like, do 0-60 runs, go to the track, or if you have timers on your dash, go ahead and run quarter-mile tests so you can see how fast your car is and compare it to times before. I'm gonna put a little graph that I made in this video. I don't know if I'm gonna do it while I'm talking or just put it at the end, but I made a little graph just showing stock times of V6 Chargers and the RTs I did the Chargers from 2006 all the way up to 2018, and then for the V6 Chargers I added the 3.5 in there as well, because that's still a V6, and of course the 3.6 is in there as well. But yeah, when you look at the chart, you'll start to notice that times aren't that far off as far as performance and how you can get to those levels in a V6. For example, I'll just take the most recent one. So the current RTs, the 2015 to 2018 RT Chargers, the 0-60 stock for stock, and this is at sea level, of course, 5.1 seconds, 0-60. You take the 2015, 2018 V6 3.6 Charger, stock for stock, 0-60 is 6.3. You're talking about a little over a second faster the RT is. If you look at the quarter miles for the same cars, you're talking about 13.6 on the RT, and for the V6, 14.7. So 1 second variation doesn't seem like a big deal, and depending on who you are and how you value speed and all that, yeah, 1 second's not a big deal. On the track, of course, pretty big deal, because you're racing for time, so it makes sense. But for a typical street driver, looking at 1 second difference, half a second difference, 1.2 second difference, it's not going to make a difference at all, right? So keep in mind that when you're modding your car, even if you're going to buy a car, I like to look at it as how fast will I be able to go. Horsepower is great, and that's engine horsepower before the drivetrain loss. You can lose anywhere between 10 to 15%. But I always try to look at how fast can a car go. What's the 0-60 going to be? What's the quarter mile going to be? Just for those times you want to do some fun pulls on the highway or just an empty road on the street somewhere. So keep in mind, we're not too far off from the 5.7 stock for stock at sea level. Of course, there's variations, depending on how you drive and weather conditions and all those different factors that go into play. So just keep that in mind. When you have numbers to look at, you can compare it to, and you can see where you want to be. If you want to just buy an RT, or if you want to beat an RT or be on par with the power of an RT, or if you just want to trump all that and say, what, I'm going 392, I'm going Hellcat or whatever. Numbers will help you determine what do you want out of your car and the kind of goals you're trying to commit. So just wanted to share that with you guys. I'll keep the image up so you guys can see some of the times, and you can look at the comparisons to see how far you off and where you want to be and what the next trim above us, the 5.7 liters are. Anyway, dropping a little knowledge. Yeah. Okay, I'm done. So I'm out, Mr. Penastar. Peace.